Welcome back everybody in day 341 of Same for my S-Rank wife until she becomes playable in Zenless Zone 0. Today we're having a slightly longer recording than usual as I wanted to take my time to talk about the stories that I played live but that I wasn't actually here. I was in my pause period, so I couldn't make a video on, or I couldn't really leave my thoughts on video. So today we'll be basically talking about the 2.8, 3.0 and 3.1 story. Starting with the 2.8 story, it was phenomenal. We got here what I've been waiting the entirety of the 2.x season. We finally saw what Wise and Bell can truly do. We finally got to see got a glance of what probably happened back in Helios Academy. Spoiler alert, by the way. But yeah, probably what happened in the ending of the 2.0 story, where Wise or Bell transforms into the yellow boss. That's probably what happened back in Helios Academy. And yes, it was very easy to suggest that something really bad happened there, that Wise and Bell had something to do with it. But still, having the confirmation, can we call it a confirmation? That that's basically what happened? It's really nice, at least for me. Not gonna lie, I've been slacking a little bit off with the lore and stuff. So yeah, the 2.0 story really got me interested back in the lore slash story of ZZZ. I mean, I've always been, but now more than ever because we're finally back on the right track. My favorite scenes from the story are actually two. One is when Cecilia fights back against Promia, and another one is where Promia tries to pet Chalky, Cecilia's little snake. Now, moving on to the 3.0 story, I like to talk with you guys about Roscalifer. First of all, I think they've done an amazing job in inserting such a complex sci-fi element in the world of ZZ. I love sci-fi, and as someone that loves the genre, I really appreciated the reference. Although I must say that design-wise, this was a very risky move. This is the first time ever we completely strand away from the whole original urban design of New Eridu. There still are urban elements in ZZZ. I mean, look at Roscalifer. Roscalifer has been most definitely made with the London metropolis in mind, and we see that everywhere we go. But it is very much clear that we no longer are in New Eridu. What I'm trying to say is that it would have been nice if we stayed in New Eridu instead of going someplace else. And perhaps this is what most of us think. Although something we may not realize is that story-wise, we are finally moving forward. We're finally seeing the Void Hunters. We're finally discovering the secrets that have been kept from us for a very long time. So I must say, yes, we no longer are in New Eridu, but that is the price, the momentary price to pay for us to finally know more about the world of ZZZ. That's pretty much all I had to say in regards of Roscalifer. Now, moving forward to what was my personal favorite part of the story, it's probably where the proxy and Norma try to close the door and Norma pushes away the little bamboo fingers away. That was a very cute scene. And overall, I really liked the 2.0 update story, but felt that something familiar was missing. Moving on to 3.1, guys, Remiel she's very beautiful. Funnily enough, did you know that, I think I never said this, but back in 1.0, when I saw for the first time the Where the Miracle Begin lore video, I was like, hey, I really want to pull for Remiel. I really, really want her. But life moves on, and whew, how does it move, you know? And playing the story and seeing the interaction between Wise and Ramiel, it's phenomenal. I like how we got more nuances over Void Hunter weapons and the whole karma, karmic core thingy. I'm happy that we finally saw in game all the Void Hunters. Speaking of which, am I the only one seeing some similarities between Professor Arke and Bondrewd from Maiden Abyss? Both design-wise and story-wise, they do share some similarities. Design-wise, they both are in a black dress and have some purple lights, if we can call them lights in the case of Professor Arke. Literally, his head is on fire, while instead Bondrewd has a single string of purple lead attached to his head. Story-wise, both Professor Arke and Bondrewd have been conferred a special title. Professor Arke the title of Void Hunter, while instead Bondrewd the title of White Whistle. These two titles are by name different, but are both given to the best legendary elite of their respective worlds. But not only that, they both are mad scientists. Well, to be fair though, we don't really know who Professor Arke is. We do know that he founded Helios Academy and is also responsible for discovering the common characteristics of hollows. But is that enough for him to be called a scientist and therefore a mad one? Maybe, maybe not. But just saying, so that he could seek out the truth about hollows, he entered Holo Zero and still has to come back. If that isn't mad scientist enough for you, well, I don't know what else is. Oh, I also forgot to mention Project Sunseeker. To keep things plain and simple, what happened to Bondrewd and Nanachi with Mitty feels somewhat similar to what happened with Professor Arke and the Project Sunseeker revolving Ramiel and Vaik. I really like Maiden Abyss, and maybe I'm just being a little bit delusional because we haven't received much from it for a very long while, but somehow I still felt like this was a connotation worth bringing up. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this and if you agree with me or if I'm simply being delusional. Joyous being an alcoholic, by the way, is... it's so funny. I actually love that. And Swordmaster having a tail, having multiple tails. I'm like, why? Why did our Miyabi not have that, man? Oh man, Swordmaster looks so good. I'm not even, oh man. I'm kind of sorry that we did see the original Sunbringer, but we didn't see much of the, speaking of, the Falkenhayn troop leader, which I'm just gonna call Falcon. Falkenhayn? Falcon? Yeah, Falcon or Falkenhayn. The tall guy, basically. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't see more of him, and at the same time that we didn't see anything at all about the probably the most mysterious figure of the entirety ZZZ, being Professor Arke, which is like, where is he? Who is this guy? Like, what is he cooking up, man? But speaking of scenes in the 3.1 update that really hit me hard was when Wise is sitting in the rain and there's Ramiel covering him with her wing. And then the follow-up scene where Wise dries Ramiel's wings. Oh man, that was such a nice interaction. So yeah, honestly, with all these 3 stories that we've had so far, I think that ZZ is going story-wise in the right direction. Oh, we're finally, we're so back, guys. We're so back. We are where we're supposed to be. First generation Void Hunters. We've been waiting an entire season to hear this term in game, and finally, it's here. So yes, ZZ, in my opinion, it's moving for the right direction, and we can only wish that it will continue so, and its story won't have any filler seasons that will move us adrift from its main course. I enjoyed the second season and every and each single character of it, even the ones that I couldn't play. But let's just say that I started ZZ for one thing, and I continued waiting for that very specific thing to come out. And now that it's there, hallelujah. Holy yep session, man. Well, yeah, that was pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you tomorrow. Space Biker.